All right, Tony. Well, he was convicted in the murder of a police officer, but got a presidential pass to get out of jail. Now, a man who committed a new crime in Orlando after he was released is fighting to keep his freedom. One of his attorneys is speaking only with WESH 2 News investigative reporter Greg Fox about this unusual case.
I guess she said that you grabbed her by the throat or choked her a little bit or something.
You're watching body cam video of Orlando police arresting Jaime Davidson in March 2023. He was charged with domestic violence against his then wife. WESH 2 Investigates is not identifying her because she has an active protection order against Davidson, and that case is pending.
You can put it in the front?
Huh?
You can put it in the front?
The handcuffs?
Yeah.
No, sorry.
Davidson was convicted of misdemeanor battery domestic violence a year ago, served 72 days in jail, and his probation ended 2 months ago. Since he's already served his time, you may wonder why he's appealing. The answer lies in federal court, where a judge could send Davidson back to prison if the district or state Supreme Court uphold his domestic violence arrest, which would be a violation of his supervised release. Davidson spent 29 years in federal prison after he was convicted for his involvement in the murder of a New York police officer. He got out of prison thanks to an order from the commander-in-chief. At the end of his first term, President Donald Trump commuted Davidson's sentence, citing witnesses who recanted their testimony implicating Davidson in the 1990 killing of Syracuse police officer Wally Howard Jr. Davidson talked about it on What's Up New York in 2021.
I was wrongfully convicted for the murder of a Syracuse police officer, Wally Howard Jr., a crime that I didn't commit. The judge knew it, prosecutor knew it.
I don't believe he should do any more time.
Attorney Bettina Shine helped Davidson escape a life sentence with help from her husband, attorney Alan Futerfas, who helped represent President Trump in the New York business fraud case and previously handled legal matters for the Trump children. Shine may be counting on the fact that the Justice Department has U.S. attorneys newly appointed by the president, including in Central Florida.
The federal defender will speak with the assistant United States attorney, and I think they'll come to an agreement as to what additional time, if any, he would serve.
Both Davidson and his former wife declined comment. The appeal court has given no indication when it may rule. Covering Orange County for WESH 2 Investigates, Greg Fox, WESH 2 News.
Even if Davidson's appeals fail in his state case, the federal judge could decide not to send him back to prison.